Hello, everyone. I want to explain very clearly what I'm building and why I believe it matters. My work is based on one central idea in language acquisition. People acquire language best when they receive input they can understand. But that is also slightly beyond their current level. This idea was developed by the great linguist Stephen Krashen, and it is known as comprehensible input and i+1. Many people have heard these terms before, but very few people really know how to turn them into a real product. In fact, even Krashen himself did not build it into a practical product system. That is where my work begins. I do not just talk about language acquisition theory, I built it into products. My product is a practical learning system built around carefully designed storytelling scripts. These scripts are paired with learners' mother language, so the content becomes comprehensible almost at a glance. The learner does not need to depend on guessing and does not need to wait for immersion in a foreign language environment. The material itself provides immediate support. That is a major benefit for language learners around the world. My second contribution is a progression. This is how i+1 becomes real. Most learners are told to find materials at the right level and keep changing materials from time to time. But in reality, that is extremely difficult. Real-world content is not designed for i+1. It jumps too much. It is too random. For learners trying to build i+1 by themselves is often chaotic, exhausting, and ineffective. I solve that problem in advance. I designed the scripts so that difficulty rises in a controlled way. New words and expressions are introduced step by step. The learner does not need to search for the next step, judge the difficulty, and recognize the sequence alone. The right i+1 progression is already built into the products. My third contribution is repetition at a scale. I have already integrated 20,000 high-frequency English words across 3 volumes of storytelling scripts through a controlled i+1 progression, specifically designed for learners. This is not a small detail. This is a benchmark. If a learner wants to approach a foreign language with something closer to the ease of a mother tongue, this scale matters. Once the target difficulty is reached, extra language becomes redundant. This keeps the scripts efficient, compact, and suitable for repetition. Repetition is one of the key conditions for language acquisition. If materials is too long, too heavy, or too inefficient, learner cannot repeat it enough. Most learning media do not solve these problems. Even famous media products are not designed for repeatable acquisition. Without repetition, there is no stable retention. Without a stable retention, there is no real acquisition. I solve that problem for learner. I believe this matters because the world still teaches language in a way that treats it too often like a school subject instead of a human ability. From a psychological point of view, this teaching model is fundamentally wrong. People memorize rules, labels, and isolated phrases they study for years, yet they still cannot follow real language comfortably. The result is already visible everywhere. Reality has already shown us the failure. I want to change that. I want to build products that respect how language is actually acquired, not by burden first, but by comprehensible input, not by random exposure, but by controlled progression in a long-term vocabulary accumulation, not by endless explanation, but by repeated listening to understandable language. So this is not just the content. This is not just a textbook. This is not just a theory talk. It is an effort to turn language acquisition theory into a useful product for real learners. That is the work I am doing. I have turned a great theory into a practical product, and I believe this product can change the way languages are learned. Thank you for your attention.